TNA World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe, who retained his title this past Sunday at Sacrifice. He's headed to the Impact Zone for a very important announcement. Next.
It was this past Sunday at Sacrifice. Samoa Joe overcame not only two opponents, Scott Steiner and Taz, subbing for the injured Kurt Angle, but also the misunderstanding with his mentor, Kevin Nash, as he retained the TNA World Championship. It looks to me like Nash and Joe back on the same page, trust issues settled and revolved. Yes, Samoa Joe, still the TNA champ. Many members of the roster gathered around ringside to hear what he has to say.
Now, I'm sure you're all wondering why we called this open house and why you're all standing out here, and I'll make it quite simple. Boys, I'm here to offer you a chance of a lifetime. Quite simply put, at Slammiversary, we have a little something we like to call the King of the Mountain match. And that's where 5 guys vie for this belt. Now, I spoke with Cornette, and we went back and forth. And I said, Cornette, shouldn't the champ be able to pick the 8? And Cornette, of course, disagreed with me. And after a little bit more deliberation, we decided on this. Cornette picks the first 4, and I pick the second. So tonight, I hold in my hand Cornette's first 4. Robert Roode. James Storm. Tomko. And no surprise, Matt Morgan. Now you see what all these men have in common is they've never had their shot at the TNA Heavyweight Championship. So I'll tell you what. Unlike Cornette's suggestions, I'm not giving out charity. You see, my criteria is quite simple. I'm looking for the roughneck, tough sons of bitches who kick ass and take names to come and get my belt.
Samoa Joe wants tough competition, even though he's the champion.
Not afraid of anybody.
So be forewarned. As for my 4, boys, I pick those next week. But granted, there's a reason. Because tonight, I'm doing a little bit of scouting. And I'm looking for those badass sons of bitches to show me who they are tonight. But be forewarned, boys. No matter how bad you think you are, no matter if you think what you got can beat me, you're sadly mistaken. Because you see, with me and all these people around here, you're taking on an army of one.
Samoa Joe's major announcement interrupted by the entrance music of one Booker T who shocked all of us this past Sunday at Sacrifice.
Whoa. Hold on just 1 minute. Excuse me, guys.
Still can't get over that chair shot for Rhyno and Christian.
Booker T, the most decorated champion in wrestling history, didn't get no invite to this little party that we got going on.
This is that new attitude we've seen from Booker T in recent weeks.
Let me get this straight. Jim Cornette picked 4 guys who have never had a world title shot at that right there and didn't pick me. Go figure. Can you tell me what's wrong with that picture, Joe?
Booker's just upset about everything these days.
Because you say you ain't ducking nobody around here. You ain't ducking none of them guys. You ain't ducking none of them guys. But I want to know one thing. Why every time for the last 6 months I ain't had more than 3 words with you? I want to know why every time I step in the building, you turn around and run away just like a little. No, I ain't gonna even say that, because I ain't come out here for no trouble. But Joe, next week, when the 4 get picked, if I'm not one of them, bruh, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions. Can you dig?
Booker T demanded to be one of the 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, Booker. I could give a damn about your consequences. All right.
Whoa! What a shot! Booker T attacking the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and not surprisingly, it's Rhyno and Christian Cage who come in for the save, and look at Booker scoot.
Well, you know Rhyno and Christian have been thinking about revenge after what happened to them, getting those chair shots and sacrifice.
Belongs to me.
Oh, they want a piece of them.
Team 3D separating Booker T from Samoa Joe, Rhyno and Christian Cage trying to keep them apart.
This new attitude of Booker T's, he's just been out of control. He's unpredictable, trying to start a fight with everybody.
See what I'm saying? That's just what I'm talking about. 3 against 1. That's the way you want it. I tell you what, meet me back in this ring in a few minutes, and we can go at it all 3 of you suckers. And I'm gonna go find me somebody in the back who gonna back me up, and we can do this tonight.
Who's Booker gonna get as his 2 tag team partners to face Joe, Christian, and Rhyno? And will Jim Cornette sign off on this? To the back, JB.
Oh, Kevin, first things first, seems there must have been a bit of a misunderstanding between the 2 of you. I mean, Kevin, you showed up to Sacrifice this past Sunday with Scott Steiner.
I mean, there was no misunderstanding on my behalf. You know, I feel that this is a business that's 90% mental and 10% physical. Joe, on the other hand, thinks it's 90% physical and 10% mental. So, you know, we've got to come to common grounds. I mean, Joe's had great success, but I think that right now we are starting to come to that understanding, and I think Joe and I are tighter and have a better bond than we did going into Sacrifice.
Okay. Now, Joe, this leads us to ask you, who are you personally going to pick for the King of the Mountain qualifying tournament?
Lauren, next week is next week. Booker, you're my concern now. So you come out there and you tell me who you are, what you've done, and by God, I respect what you've done, but I don't have to like you. Let's face it, Booker. You're trying to recapture a glory that you'll never see again because I hold that glory. I'll tell you what else, Booker. For everything that you are, for all that you say that you are, for all that you want to be, at the end of the day, I don't see it. I see a jealous former champion who wishes he could get back what he once had. So I'll tell you what, you bring your goons tonight, Booker. You bring all the boys that you want, because tonight you're going to know me real well. And tonight, you're going to know all about me. Can you dig that, sucker?
I am here with Booker T, and I got to ask you, is there something in the water around here? You're not the same guy you are when you showed up a few months ago. Now, of course, you're looking...
Shut up.
What, do you hang around these 2 guys, too?
Yeah, that's right. He's hanging around with us. You don't need to be hanging around with us, you moron. Snap your neck. Booker, talk, my brother.
Thank you. See, the question is, it's not what's wrong with Booker T, it's what's wrong with everybody else around TNA. See, when our Booker T came here, TNA signed the most decorated champion in wrestling history, not to mention the five-time WCW champion. See, I do nothing but get disrespected around here, and it started with Rhyno and Cage. That sacrifice. And now tonight, Samoa Joe, you want to put your hands on me, the world's heavyweight champion? Poop butt. Tonight, I'm going to prove why I, Booker T, is still heir to the throne. Now can you dig that?
It's all right, Book. You see, now you done went and pissed a brother off.
You don't want to do that.
No. You see, when Booker came to me and my brother and asked us to make examples out of Rhyno and Christian, we jumped at the opportunity. Because you see, it's about a matter of respect. Respect coming from you. That's not too much to ask. To know your place, know your role, know where you belong. So when tonight is done, you can kind of thank us for being in the ring with the greatest tag team in the history of this business. And most of all, you can thank us for being in the ring with royalty. Testify!
Booker T is aligned with Team 3D. Wow, what a kick.
Nice spin kick, and he just put it right into the face of the War Machine, too. Oh, the War Machine again. But I mean, this is 3 times now. He has barely gotten that shoulder up in time, and once he needed Samoa Joe to break it up. And look at what they're doing. Quick tags, they're keeping Rhyno isolated, and they're just doing what they want.
Rapid fire shots to the head by Brother Devon. And again, boy, Rhyno is in serious, serious trouble here, not able to mount any kind of an offense, while 3D and Booker continue this onslaught. Quick tags, fresh man always in against the weakened War Machine.
Well, it's obvious that Booker T made the right choice in partners here tonight. He picked two guys that are always pissed off. And Team 3D, whoa, what a spine buster! That's how you turn things around, but he's got to roll over and make the tag to Christian Cage and Samoa Joe.
The desperation move by Rhyno pays off. He hit the spine buster. He takes down Brother Ray, and he's just a couple of feet away from getting either Samoa Joe or Christian into the match.
I mean, you see Brother Ray gets the tag in, and Brother Devon and Joe is finally tagged. And Joe comes in, and look at those forearm shots going right at the heads of Team 3D.
TNA World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe on fire. Devon sent it to the corner, able to sidestep Brother Ray, shoots him off as well, stacks up both members of 3D. Oh, what a kick!
What a kick! I mean, he just spun that around, and he's calling Booker T. He wants him. Get in here and look at Booker T, and here they go.
Yeah, finally, we get Booker T and Samoa Joe together, and Samoa Joe with those shots. Look at the right, look at the left, and here he comes.
Wow, how about Booker T, though, able to avoid it, but Samoa Joe comes in there with that knee. What a shot!
Big shot by Joe on Booker. Now Devon turns him around, but Joe just T-boned him overhead.
Samoa Joe just showing everybody why he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Brother Ray pulls him off just in time.
Brother Ray makes the save, then takes down Christian with the boot. Turns his attention now to Samoa Joe. Knife edge chop by Brother Ray. Double team move here. 3D, you can see they've got their sights set on Joe.
Rhyno goes in there, though, to make sure Booker T doesn't help out, but Booker T sends him over the top rope. Goes after him, and now Team 3D with a 2-on-1. Christian Cage, though. Oh, nice drop kick on the back of Brother Ray's head.
Brother Ray never saw that one coming either, and his brother Devon turns around, snap slam.
1, 2, got it.
Here are your winners, Rhyno, Christian Cage, and the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Oh, you've got to ask the question right here and right now. It was 1 week ago here on Impact when details were set to determine who Samoa Joe's 4 challengers will be for King of the Mountain on Sunday, June the 8th at Slammiversary. Starting tonight, we will have 4 qualifying matches. The competitors in these matches chosen by TNA Management's Jim Cornette and the World Heavyweight Champion, Samoa Joe. We heard that Cornette picked 4 men who have never had a TNA World title shot. Robert Roode, James Storm, Matt Morgan, and Tomko. And now tonight, Samoa Joe names the Final 4. And he has promised that he will not be ducking competition. Samoa Joe is looking to name the toughest SOBs on the TNA roster.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I give you my 4 picks for the King of the Mountain qualifying tournament. Now, as you probably know, it was a very arduous selection process. We went back and forth. We had tons of prospects to go through, Kev. But when it came right down to it, we wanted the best and we wanted the baddest. So for my first selection, it's a man that I fought tooth and nail all over the world, both inside and outside of TNA. Some might call him the best wrestler on the planet. I say he's damn close. And that's the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I mean, when you think of all the titles that he's held here in TNA, that's a very logical choice right there.
And to be expedient about this, my second and third picks were real simple. 2 of the baddest in the biz, 2 veterans who've been up and down the roads, been champions wherever they have stepped foot. And the first one is the War Machine Rhyno. And you know, we're big on customer service. Ask and ye shall receive. The second is the instant classic Christian Cage.
Well, Samoa Joe just proved to everybody that he's not ducking tough competition.
See, and now it leaves us with our 4th. This man has dominated everywhere he's been. This man has called himself a world champion everywhere he's been. And this man is quite possibly one of the greatest professional wrestling competitors ever to step foot in the ring. And for my 4th pick, quite simply put, it's you, Booker T.
Whoa!
Because for all your talk, Booker, for everything you have to say about me, the bottom line is this. If you can make it through this tournament, if you walk that line down at Slammiversary, if it's so hard to find me, I guarantee you one thing. You'll find me standing right in that middle of the ring, waiting for you.
What the hell? Let me ask you a question. How can I watch your back if I'm not in the match?
Big man, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, don't think for a minute I overlooked who you are and what you've done, but let's face it. These people don't pay to see somebody have my back. They pay to see me beat people up and be a real world champion.
So you telling me that you are the world champion? But you've been a world champion for now, what, 2 months? You know everything about being a champion, huh? You know, we talked about this, and I got a problem when somebody doesn't do what they're told. You see, when you don't do what you're told, the machine breaks down. And when the machine breaks down, Joe, we break down. Joe, I ain't gonna allow that.
Talk about being on different pages. I mean, Mike, there's been a communication breakdown of the utmost right here.
I mean, there's no questioning Booker T's resume. But do you think that maybe Booker's intimidation tactics played a role?
Oh, absolutely. I think Joe wants to prove he won't duck anybody, anywhere, anyplace, anytime.
To JB with Kurt Angle, an MMA fighter.
Rude. I know you haven't liked what you've called the politics in the past here at TNA, but you've got to give Jim Cornette credit. I mean, he did choose you to be a part of the King of the Mountain qualifying tournament tonight, and tonight you have the first round matchup against Matt Morgan.
Well, you know what, Lauren? I mean, maybe you're right. I mean, maybe it's time for Robert Roode to finally put a smile on my face. You like that?
There you go.
Yeah?
You're so handsome.
I am a handsome guy. Look at, check it out. Check out the smile. Are you kidding me? Honestly. I mean, it's taken Jim Cornette this long to finally realize the potential that I possess. I've been spinning my wheels in this company for the last 4 years. And finally, Robert Roode gets an opportunity at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And you want to know why? Ask me why. Ask me why.
Why?
Because the people here at TNA, the powers that be, have finally realized that there was nothing they could do to keep me down any longer. And you see, Booker T, congratulations. Because you finally understand what I've been preaching to you for the last 6 months. So good luck to you. And you're welcome. Now, Matt Morgan, come in nice and tight and listen up real close. Because you see, Matt, this business, it's controlled by what's up here in your brain, not the size of your biceps. So tell me something, Matt. What even qualifies you to be in the same ring as Robert Roode? You see, this may be my only shot at getting a chance at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I will be in the King of the Mountain match. And at Slammiversary, you will find out that it pays to be rude. You can bank on it.
Robert Roode is Matt Morgan trying to stand up, and he finally does it. Look at that look in his eyes.
Oh, you can just see here that Matt Morgan digging down deep with those shots from Roode, having little to no impact. Morgan now right at Roode, and Roode tries to escape, but Matt Morgan grabs him right by the hair.
I mean, talk about psychological warfare. I mean, he just took everything he had. Nice headbutt, nice clothesline. I mean, he's getting it now, that momentum. This is his opportunity. Oh, what a side slam.
Powers him right down to the canvas. Morgan can feel it at this point. On the verge here of getting a 3 count, and a shot at Samoa Joe at Slammiversary that goes to the winner of this match.
Crowd responding, too. They know they have something special in this guy. They know the future is as bright as it can be, and what an opportunity. Put away Robert Roode right here, and then he moves on to Slammiversary. Moves on to the King of the Mountain matchup, and then look at him, going right after the throat of Robert Roode.
Just throttling him in the corner. The blatant chokehold as referee Hebner tries to get in between these two, almost as if at this point, Matt Morgan, he just flipped out after everything that he's had to deal with here from Robert Roode, and he takes referee Hebner up into the air, and then just drops him, just dunked him right down. Oh, you saw the double leg sweep.
Whoa,
Feet on the ropes. Got the 3 count. Use the ropes for leverage.
Robert Roode stole one right there as Matt Morgan. That's where the inexperience came in, Mike. He was too preoccupied with Earl Hebner, and Robert Roode took advantage of it.
Matt Morgan lost his temper, and as a result, Robert Roode goes on. He is the first challenger for Samoa Joe at Slammiversary.
I tell you, it looks like you were kind of turned on by the whole thing. AJ Styles, if I was you, I'd be just a little bit worried, because this is the man you gotta face tonight.
Six months. 6 months I've been here, and this is the kind of respect I get. The most decorated champion in wrestling history. Not to mention the 5-time WCW champion. Look at this locker room. Disgusting. Take a look. Look at the carpet. Mind you, there is none. And the question has been lately, why am I hanging with Team 3D? Well, who should I hang with? Like my brothers say, a bunch of peons, a bunch of kids like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Oh no, it's not that simple. Tonight, AJ Styles, you, my friend, will be a stepping stone on my way to the King of the Mountain. I will reign supreme as I always have. I will prove why I am heir to the throne. Now, enough about you, AJ. Back to TNA and TNA management. In my locker room. Look at this crap. Look at this.
That's mine, Book.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Look at this. Look at this. I am sick and tired of this treatment. I'm the most decorated champion of all time, and I will not have this anymore. Do you understand? Thank you. Thank you.
Immediate elimination for the loser in terms of King of the Mountain. Styles tries him on a comeback, but Booker cuts him off with a perfectly placed spin kick.
Wow, he had that timed right to the tee. Beautiful spin kick and just caught AJ Styles right flush in the face.
AJ trying to regroup, trying to clear the cobwebs, and Booker decides that it's time to go back and just neutralize his opponent.
Look how he uses the leg right there around the face, pulling back on it that direction. Then he's got the arm locked in, pulling it in another direction. I mean, he's taking the body places it's not meant to go.
He's totally grounded AJ Styles. Booker has taken AJ completely out of his game. Every effort that AJ has made to try and get an offense rolling, to try and use a high-risk move, Booker's been right there. Oh, to cut him off with a move just like that. Another knee. Look at these shots. Look at these strikes from Booker T.
Booker T has just been using these legs and these knee shots so perfect tonight. AJ Styles, though, showing that agility. And look at the drop kick. Just hits it perfectly.
Great leg extension by AJ. Nice offensive move. It takes Booker down to the floor. It enables AJ to come at him, and here he comes, but Booker one step ahead. AJ to the apron. Springboard. Flying forearm shot. Just about took his head off.
And you see Tomko coming down the ramp. 1, 2. Oh, almost. And Booker T gets the shoulder up, but there's Tomko coming down and shaking his head. Still can't decide what Tomko's thinking right now.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. As he was getting over the Styles Clash, that heat, that friction between AJ and Tomko. Remember, Tomko told him he's completely on his own.
Oh, look at this.
Springboard, and Tomko got him from outside.
Tomko came in there and screwed it up. AJ landed on his hand. Look out. Just kills him with the bookend right here. 1, 2. Got it.
Here is your winner, Booker T.
Because of the interference by Tomko, not only is AJ Styles eliminated from the King of the Mountain, but as a result, Booker T qualifies and he joins Robert Roode as the first 2 challengers for Samoa Joe.
Now, excuse me. It's obvious we have a failure of communications. I just want to let everyone know that I am royalty. And when I came to TNA, I promised to bring my presence and grace and bring TNA prominence. And I've done that. In turn, I was promised this and I was promised that. And I have received absolutely nothing. But I tell you what I was presented. I was presented a locker room that smelled of the stench of rodents. Rodents that has used it as a pissing playground.
It smelled like every single one of these people, Booker.
Now I ask you, is that any way to treat royalty? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the king of the mountain, I will prove why I am simply the best. I will make all of you bow down and kiss my royal feet. Especially you, Joe. Especially you. Thank you. Thank you all. Now, that brings us to Hector Guerrero and LAX.
Oh, that brings us to the Latin American exchange, all right. As you see, Salinas leading the way. Homicide, Big Hernandez, yeah, and the legendary Hector Guerrero as well, all coming out to confront Booker T and Team 3D.
¡Órale, bola de marranos! I think you said enough, ese. I think you talk too much, ese. You know what, ese? You see, you can beat down a Guerrero and LAX, but for some chaotic reason, Vato, we just keep coming back, ese. Te voy a hablar en español si quieres, but let me tell you what Mr. Cornette said. You know what? He was gracious, and you know what? He gave us an opportunity with you boys at the Slammiversary. And you know what, Vatos? It's going to happen right there. But you know what? We've been discussing it. My boys and I, we've been discussing it. And you know what? Why put off tomorrow what we can do today? It's órale, vatos, una madriza. Órale.
Oh, sounds like we don't have to wait until June 8th at Slammiversary, but oh, wait a minute. Just as LAX starts to make their way towards the ring, here comes Christian Cage.
Well, you see Christian Cage, and he's with the War Machine Rhyno at the top of the ramp, and you know they still have problems with Booker T after what he's done, and we know how LAX feels about Team 3D.
Hector, I'm sorry to interrupt a little fiesta, but there's something that I want to say. I want to be able to respond to what Booker T just came out here and said. Quick question. What the hell have you been smoking, Bob Marley? You show up here in TNA and you expect people to do what you just said. Bow, curtsy, and kiss your feet because of things that you accomplished in the past. And when that didn't happen, Booker, you got a little bit embarrassed, didn't you? I think I speak for everybody when I say I could care less if you're a five-time WCW champion. Because I'm going to break it down for you right now. You are nothing. I repeat, you are nothing around here until you are TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And speaking of that, right here tonight, live on Impact, not only is Rhyno going to qualify for the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary, so is the Instant Classic, and take one step closer to becoming a three-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, later tonight, Rhyno against James Storm, Christian Cage against Tomko in those King of the Mountain qualifiers, but now they're interrupted by the music of the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
And Samoa Joe coming through the people, and he's going up into the stands to be with his people, and of course he'll be defending that title at Slammiversary.
smell this. World champ. He's out there in the crowd. He's in the middle of his army.
Now, wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute, boys. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Christian, for as much I has admired your ambition, there's one thing you need to know. That the man that walks out of Memphis, Tennessee, and walks out of Slammiversary with this belt is the same damn man that walks into it called a champion. Could you see? Like these people here tonight will tell you, they want a champion who goes out there and kicks ass to keep this belt. They want a champion who puts it on the line and makes no excuses when he defends this belt. Oh, and by the way, I didn't come out here just to reiterate the obvious. Booker, I'm talking to you. You know what, Booker? For everything that you say, for everything that you claim to be, yeah? That's how many times I'm gonna break them fingers you keep putting in my face. I'll tell you what, Buck, when you look in these eyes, and you come out here and you say, you had a hard time finding me, well, that's why I'm out here right now. I'm making it real easy for you to find me. I'm making it real easy for you to say to me what you gotta say to me. Because at the end of the day, you know what? I just think you're a punk ass. Book, you're right. Hey, Booker, you're right. I ain't gonna go there because you know what? These people in the rest of the world already know you're a punk-ass cheap shot. Now, boys, we've been out here all night talking about kicking asses. So I'll tell you what, Christian, Rhyno, I say for one night we put our differences aside. LAX, you're more than welcome to join. And I said we walk in that ring and stomp these clowns down worse than they did AJ last week.
Samoa Joe leading the charge, welcoming Christian Cage, Rhyno, and LAX to make their way towards the ring and get payback for what they did to AJ Styles last week.
There you can see the enemies that 3D and Booker T have collected, and look at them fail. I mean, they don't want none of it, Mike.
Oh, yeah. They're so happy with themselves, outsmarting them as they back up the ramp, escaping out of the impact zone. Remember, it's Slammiversary. It's going to be Team 3D against the Latin American Exchange. It's going to be Booker T in the King of the Mountain match. Wait a minute.
AJ just whacked Brother Devo with a chair, and then he hit Brother Ray, and then he hit after Booker T, going for that revenge.
Let's go to JB.
Karen, AJ Styles and
Hey, excuse me. What? Oh, excuse me. I want to know something, man. I want to know why my locker room smell like it's been pitched in by rodents all week. You understand what I'm saying? I want to know what the hell is going on around here in TNA.
Booker, I'm not going to go through all this with you again. We've already gone round and round. If it's good enough for everybody else, it's good enough for you.
That's where you're wrong, man. I'm better than everybody else around here. You can ask my backup that.
Look, I don't care. If you don't like the locker rooms, that's fine with me. Dress in your car. It makes no difference to me.
Now, I'll tell you what, sucker. You listen up. You can take this little suit you got on and go dress in your little beat-up Chevy Nova. From now on, I'm dressing right here where royalty belongs. I'm getting some respect around here, and you can get your punk ass out of here.
This
right
is my
now.
office.
Get your ass out of here right now.
Look, relax. Cornette. Do the right thing.
Tell you what, I've got business in the ring because we're running a television program, and that's where I'm going now. And by the time I get back, it would be a suggestion that it might be better for everybody if you guys aren't here.
Get your ass out of here, man. But you get whooped.
The locker room, because I know there's a monitor, and I'd like to tell Booker T and Team 3D I'm headed back to my office, and by the time I get there, you better not be.
Wow. Well, TNA management's Jim Cornette laying down the law to Booker T and Team 3D, but before he can leave the six-sided ring, here comes Big Sexy Kevin Nash and Ogon West. Judging by the reactions of Kevin Nash when he found out the 4 individuals selected by Samoa Joe to compete in the King of the Mountain qualifier that's later tonight, he's none too happy.
Well, he told Joe, how can I watch your back if I'm not in there in the ring with you? And I think he felt like that was the plan all along. I'm anxious to see what he's got to say now.
Now, Jim, I'm sorry with my music and the crowd response. It was kind of hard to understand. What was the last thing you said?
The very last thing I said was I told Booker T and Team 3D by the time I get to my office, they better not be there.
Or else what? What are you going to do? What are you going to get, the crackpot security team? Come on, you and I both know that those guys could not maintain the crowd at a Jonas Brothers concert. Let alone stop those 3 thugs you got in your office right now playing rock, paper, and scissors to determine who takes a dump on your desk. Well, now, Jim, I know you're in the middle of this, and I know you don't like it, but your boy Morgan isn't here. You got to deal with it.
Kevin, you're telling me things that I already know. My question is, how do you figure into this, and what exactly is it that you want?
Well, Jim, it's not what I want, it's what you want. I mean, it's apparent you've lost control of your office. Do you want to lose control of the company? I mean, don't you just maybe want my help?
With no disrespect and never to look a gift horse in the mouth, if you want to help me, there's got to be something that you want as well, so I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Well, Jim, it's simple. I'll go back to your office, take care of the 3 gentlemen, and you can do, let's see, for me off the top of my head, you can make me the special enforcer, King of the Mountain match, Slammiversary. Something like that would work for me.
Boy, that Nash is smooth, isn't he?
Why is it that you want to be in that match so bad? Can you just fill me in on that?
Well, Jim, you know as well as anybody that I'm a businessman. Shouldn't we let the people pay for that answer?
You go take care of my problem in the office, and you got a deal.
Just one thing, Jim. You got to ask me nicely.
Kevin, would you please go back and clear those 3 jackasses out of my office and be the special guest enforcer at King of the Mountain at Slammiversary?
That was pretty nice.
Mr. Cornette, it would be an honor.
Boy, Kevin Nash has something in mind when it comes to King of the Mountain. We just saw he closed the deal with Jim Cornette. Let's check out the most recent disturbing video from the Monster Abyss.
I know, guys, it's not your locker room. Jim Cornette's not going to be happy with this. I can guarantee you.
Damn about putting Jimmy. Stay out. Go away. Listen.
Hey, hey, Kev, good to see you. But I think you might be at the wrong address right now. We have a little meeting. You think you can come back a little later?
No, this is the right address.
What are you talking about?
You guys probably, it'd be easier on everybody if you guys just kind of hit the bricks.
Is he serious?
Dude.
What are you, Cornette's muscle now? What are you, his bodyguard?
Show him what the bricks is, man.
For tonight, yeah, till I get what I need.
Wait a minute. Kevin, wait a minute. What do you think, you Billy Jack or something? Listen, do the math here, okay? It's 3 of us and there's only one of you. Right. What could you possibly do? You don't have anybody behind you.
I got my buddy Louie.
Louie. As far as I'm concerned, either you're crazy, I don't know, but there's no one behind you.
Get the fool out of here, man. Louie. You know, Louisville.
Oh, hey, whoa.
Chill out. Hey, guys. Nothing personal. Just business, man. Just business.
Well, Kevin Nash, now the management muscle for Jim Cornette. Cornette just how much he's got left in the tank. Tomko going to try and take him up to his shoulders. Christian instead fights him off. I'm pretty, you're on the way. No, it's blocked. We talked about how familiar they are. Christian lands on his feet. Look out! Double throttle choke slam.
Here it is. 1, 2, no! Tomko's so close to advancing. Christian again. But I'll tell you what, he's lucky that wasn't called 3 anyway. Wow, was that close. Split second.
Tomko stalks Christian in the corner, sets him up, positions him, and now from the middle rope. Big shots to the side of the head, repeated blows, but Christian just took him down, powerbomb style.
Well, he had him off balance, and he knew he had him off balance. And here he goes. This time he nails the frog splash. Here we go. Here it is. 1, 2. Oh, man, Tomko. Not going to be outdone. Gets the shoulder up.
Both of these individuals on the verge of victory several times in this King of the Mountain qualifying match. Both men just this close to advancing to the world title shot at Slammiversary against Samoa Joe and Joe. Now Tomko's got him.
1, 2. Christian Cage. You've got to be kidding me. I'm telling you, you wonder what a man can take when the championship is that close to you, when you realize all you got to do is survive and advance one more time and you're in the match. And he's held that belt twice. You heard him earlier. He wants to be 3 times.
Tomko goes for the boot. Christian able to avoid it. Unprettier attempt. Instead, it's blocked, and Tomko going to put him up on his shoulders one more time. Wait a minute. Unprettier.
He hit it this time, and he nailed it right in the face of the man. Here it is. 1, 2. He's done it. He advances.
Here's your winner, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage.
Impact Zone stands in appreciation of the Instant Classic Christian Cage, who joins the War Machine Rhyno, Booker T, and Robert Roode. Yes, as one of the 4 challengers for Samoa Joe.
Hey, nobody can tell you anything about that better than Christian Cage himself. Somebody that ended up losing that match by not actually getting pinned or submitting. But it's something that Christian Cage has thought about. And now he's going to get a chance to win it back in the same manner. Another person that's held the title before in the War Machine Rhyno. This is his chance to get that title back. And you know Booker T and Robert Roode want to make their statement here at TNA. Yes, the bullseye is definitely on Samoa Joe.
Robert Roode misses with the Northern Lariat. Christian Cage connects with the inverted DDT. You see the War Machine Rhyno extending his hand inside the 6-sided ring, waiting for the tag from his partner Christian. Booker T's legal, and so is the War Machine, and here they go.
Wow, these 2 gladiators just go right at it, just punching as you see the War Machine Rhyno. Somebody that kind of a wild card, I think, in the King of the Mountain match, just because of that strength and because of that gore that can take people out of the matchup. And again, you see the shoulder block taking the air right out of Booker T. Somebody that's going to be looking to regain that championship.
Booker connects with the knee. Rhyno puts on the brakes and takes him up and crashes him down. Spinebuster, cover, 2 count only before Roode in to make the save.
Now Robert Roode just in time, and you see Christian Cage, that just set him off as he goes right after him. And nice shoulder block by Robert Roode, and he's going to try to take Christian Cage out of the ring, but Christian Cage, and here he does, gets those legs through the ropes and uses them and just cracks Robert Roode right in the head, and then goes over the top and lands on top of him.
Slingshot cross body block by the Instant Classic takes Roode out on the floor. Attention turns now to Rhyno and Booker T. Series of chops to the chest. Rhyno going to shoot him off, but Booker stops and drills him right in the gut with the knee and went for the axe kick.
And here it comes, the gore. He nails Booker T with the gore. This is his chance to finish it. Wait a minute. Here comes Brother Neve on a Team 3D, and he goes right after Rhyno, and now they're throwing the match out, and there's Brother Ray as well.
Oh, you're right. Both members members of Team 3D hit the ring for the assault. First on Rhyno, and now on Christian Cage, and this match has been tossed out, a disqualification.
Team 3D always has the back of Booker T, trying to protect him before King of the Mountain, as we've seen how the three of them work together, and their mission just seems like to destroy anybody and everybody in TNA, and you heard Brother Ray tell him, get the tables.
Oh, you heard the orders to Brother Devon. Get the tables, and Devon underneath the ring, and he's going to bring the wood into play right now.
Oh, man, and we saw the beatdown that Christian Cage took along with AJ Styles last week on Impact, and there he is in the ring, and they're going to try to finish him off. He won't even be able to crawl into the King of the Mountain match this Sunday. As you can see, the Team 3D is setting this up, Mike, to continue on that path of destruction that they've been on the last few weeks.
Oh, and here comes AJ Styles. Oh, after the last couple of weeks of AJ taking the beatdown from Team 3D, he's here to come to the rescue and make the save, and he's got both Brother Ray and Brother Devon reeling, but then there's that big boot by Brother Ray.
You got to give this guy credit, though. He's not afraid of anybody as he hits the double clothesline off the ropes. I mean, he just comes right after you. You can't keep him down, and now look at him putting the boots, and then inspires Christian Cage and Rhyno as they're just all attacking and they're all in the middle of the ring.
Would you have
Got a second, Joe? I know you're training for your match this Sunday at Slammiversary. Not only do you have 4 big opponents to worry about, but Kevin Nash was added last week as a special guest enforcer. My question for you is this. Since the two of you have been friends, seemingly behind the scenes, it seems like you've been a little leery of him. Do you trust him in this role as the guest enforcer this Sunday?
JB, I've been a lot of things. I've been a bastard. I've been a son of a hell, I've even been a mean person. One thing I'm not is stupid. Kevin, you've taught me one thing. One thing! And it's this. You respect who you have to, but you don't trust anybody. Kevin, do I trust you? That's a moot point. I trust myself. I do what I do in that ring, and I do it to the best of my ability. And whether you're there or not, no matter what your intentions are, I will prevail. In fact, I'll tell you what, JB, tonight, when I see Kevin, I'll ask him face to face, man to man, what his intentions are. And based on your answers, Kev, we'll see where we stand.
Tonight, Jim Cornette named you the guest enforcer in the match between Tomko and AJ Styles. Now, it would be assumed that he's attempting to prepare you for Slammiversary, where you'll be playing the same role in the King of the Mountain match.
Right, you know, Lauren, everybody has to have a game plan. I mean, you cannot do this on muscle alone, and I definitely have a game plan.
And what exactly will your plan be at Slammiversary?
You know what? That seems to be the million-dollar question, Kev. What exactly are your plans at Slammiversary? What exactly are your plans as it pertains to me? Because last time I checked, I didn't say, hey, Kev, why don't you go make some moves? Why don't you get involved in my match? Yet last week, I see you up there talking to Cornette. So tell me, Kev, what's this about? Do you got my back, partner? Are you getting back? What, is this about you're not in King of the Mountain? Because I didn't choose you, Kev? What is this about, big man?
All right, number one, take the bass out of your voice, all right? Yeah, I was a little bit set back, but you know what? Honestly, you're a smart guy. I wouldn't want to fight me either. The thing is this. I have to take care of my investment. I have to do what
Your investment?
Yeah.
Your investment. I'm your investment now?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me something? How exactly do I pay off, Kev?
You know what, man? I am so tired of this. Day after day, week after week, month after month, all I have done was what was right for your career. That's right, don't look away. What's right for your career? I've been there for you, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. Lesson 69. Paranoia will make you crazy, will make you lose that belt. You know what, man? It's real simple. Or get off the pot. Here, hold this. I'm gonna turn. Take a swing. You wanna end this, end it.
Listen, if I come for you, I won't need this, and I sure as hell won't need you to turn your back.
To have that special enforcer there and Kevin Nash, perfect because of the respect that he's earned in this business. Going for the Styles Clash.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here comes Robert Roode down the ramp.
Well, big sexy Kevin Nash doing his job and making sure they're all. Then Robert Roode doesn't make it, but in the meantime, Tomko slams him down, goes for the pin, but AJ Styles
Miraculously, amazingly, AJ able to avoid the 3 count. Meanwhile, Enforcer, Kevin Nash laying in those big right hands on Robert Roode, not allowing, wait a minute, now Booker T.
Booker T trying to get in the ring. Kevin Nash, oh, what a DDT in the ring. AJ Styles puts on Tomko, as you can see. Kevin Nash keeping Booker T out of there.
Oh, I think all our questions answered about the... Oh!
Pele! Out of nowhere, the Pele!
Just what I was going to say about Kevin Nash answering all the questions as Enforcer. AJ shocks all of us, including Tomko, with the Pele.
And here he goes. Frog splashes on top. Does he have it?
Cover.
1, 2, 3.
Here's your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
What a performance by the phenomenal AJ Styles. Gaining that payback. Fighting through the injured arm and elbow and getting the pin on Tomko. You talk about having momentum on your side as AJ heads into Slammiversary and the showdown. The personal grudge with Kurt Angle this Sunday.
How about Kevin Nash, the special enforcer, making sure that nobody got into the ring, making sure that whatever happened, it happened between AJ Styles and Tomko. He's going to have to do that and more this Sunday at Slammiversary. And you can see Booker T coming in, breaking in the chair, and hitting him in the gut.
Big shot with that steel chair on Kevin Nash by Booker T. And now, while AJ tries to attack Booker, you see Tomko gets involved.
Look at Booker T just putting blow after blow after blow on the face of AJ Styles while Tomko holds on Kevin Nash. But here comes Christian Cage of the War Machine.
As well as Robert Roode. So now you've got all 4 challengers for King of the Mountain squaring off. And now, here comes Team 3D.
Team 3D coming in and going right after Rhyno, right after Christian Cage. But here comes the Latin American Exchange. I mean, it's just broken up. All hell's broken loose in the ring.
2 teams that square off for the tag titles going at it as well. And here comes the champ. Here comes Samoa Joe. Big shot for Tomko. Now he's going to go after Robert Roode. Samoa Joe intent on becoming the first man to go into King of the Mountain with the world's title and the first man to leave King of the Mountain with the championship belt this Sunday.
Nothing's going to keep Samoa Joe from walking out as a TNA World Champion. Look at the focus he's got now on Booker T as you see Kevin Nash with the chair. Going to give it to Booker. Wow! Wow! Booker able to get out of the way, and he somehow hit Samoa Joe, but he meant it for Booker T.
I mean, it had to be an accident. Can Samoa Joe make history by keeping the title at King of the Mountain?
Joe, Nash is your ally, not your enemy.